Hey guys, it's Extreme Strategy here, and today I'm going to be showing you the Beastmen ROR unit pack. We're going to be starting it off with the Fredheim inmates of the Ungors herd. These guys are going to be, of course, hidden for quite a while, and what they have is they have anti-infantry, they have frenzy, they're expendable, and I believe they also are vanguard deployed. So these guys are very powerful if you're looking to quickly blitz. Now obviously these are ROR, so you have to meet all the conditions in order to gain them. However, they're still very good because they're anti-infantry. And in a melee, I know these are Skaven slaves, but still, in a melee, they're actually fairly good as well. With our second one, we have the Shadow Gore herd. These are vanguard deployable, they have stalk, and they have poison attacks, and you can also just quickly take a look at their stats. So these guys are basically the Ungors herds of the Shadowlands, I guess. Because they're also very dark as well. I mean, look at these guys. They're jet black. You guys are going to come on in, start chewing up Skaven slaves. They come on in from the flank as well, hit the Skaven slaves on the side here as well. And once again, these guys are very good for a very early on Regiments of Renown unit. I have seen some Regiments of Renown units that are absolute trash, but these ones are not. They are very, very good. And they just got hit by the Verminous Valor, and most of them are just going to get right back up. They don't even care. Now we start kicking it off with the big boys. These are the Ungors hordes, which are Gore herds. These guys are armored, armor piercing. They have regeneration, which makes these guys basically into mini tanks. They are basically going to be able to go through anything. If they take any damage, they will just regenerate their health right on back. These guys are going to be very, very powerful in campaign. Inside of the battle, these Skaven slaves are just going to get absolutely torn apart. So yeah, these Ungors are some of my favorites, and they're the most powerful infantry that the Beastmen now have to offer. These guys are just going to tear apart anything, everything, and then some, and they're going to enjoy doing it. And even just look at the animations, they're so cool. Just swinging their axes down on top of these Skaven. Bodies of Skaven are beginning to litter the ground, and I don't think there's been a single Ungors death yet. Now, they're all still alive. They are all still alive, but that same cannot be said for the poor Skaven slaves that have to fight these guys. Next up, we have the Unroll Raiders. Not be confused with the Unroll Raiders. So these are the Regiments of Renown version of it. These are the second ranged unit the Beastmen have. These guys have poison, they have stalk, they're expendable, and they have vanguard deployment. So I'll just let you take a look at their stats real quick. And these guys are basically going to absolutely tear apart all of these Skaven. Already they're beginning to rout. So, of course, range for the Beastmen is always very nice, and even in side of melee, these Unroll Raiders are going to still be pretty powerful, able to take on these Skaven slaves in melee, which is very rare considering I'm pretty sure I've seen Unroll Raiders die to Skaven slaves. So then again, these are the Regiments of Renown version, and therefore they are basically the legendary OP version. Next up, we have the Toxotes Hellmounts. Toxotes Hellmounts are armored piercing, very fast, and they have vanguard deployment. And these guys are your Centigors with great weapons, meaning that these are very high tier units. And as you're about to see, they're going to basically obliterate the entire Skaven slave group that they have to fight, already beginning to rout them. And of course, these guys look absolutely amazing as well. Just, they look awesome. And they are very powerful, very tanky. Very similar to the Ungors, except these guys are basically the Cav version of them, and they do not have regeneration. They do have the vanguard deployment, which in some ways makes up for it, because these guys are much faster than the Ungors. But anyway, still very powerful unit, and these guys will absolutely decimate everything. Next up, we have the Red Maws pack. These ones also have vanguard deployment. They're very fast, armored piercing, they have poison, and they have scaly skin, which I believe increases their armor. And then, of course, you have their stats. Got to vanguard deploy them on this one, but that's okay. These guys still do have the ability to vanguard deploy, and as you are about to see in a second, they do a ton of damage upon the charge. Then again, they are Chaos Warhounds of poison. So they're going to come on in, and what helps them is that poison. Basically, they have the ability to dish that out, causing a debuff to the Skaven. They should be getting debuffed. You immune to poison? Hold on. I thought you guys had poison. You are poisoned. Alright, good. For a second I was like, wait, I'm not seeing it pop on up. Yeah, they are poison, which does debuff the Skaven, allowing these Red Maws pack to do more damage than they would otherwise. And of course, stacked with the fact that they are a Regiments of Renown, it means that they are very, very good at the job that they do. Up next, we have the Harshest Harpies. Now, I'm not a very big fan of Harpies, or Harshest Brood, sorry. These ones are very fast, and they have armor sundering, and they're flying melee infantry. I said I'm not a big fan of Harpies, so I'm going to be a little bit biased on this one, saying that they're not very effective. The reason I don't like Harpies is they're flying units that get shot to pieces by just about anything and everything, and then when they do engage in melee, they don't ever seem to do a whole lot of damage. So they look cool. They really do look cool. However, it's just, I don't know if they really are that effective in an actual fight. I mean, they are doing some damage, don't get me wrong, but as I said, I'm not really a Harpies person, but they're part of the mods. I'm covering them anyway, and next up we have my favorite, which is the Gibberican. The Gibberican are Chaos Spawn, and they have regeneration, poison attacks, they're unbreakable, and they take no forest penalties, along with, of course, causing fear because they're monstrous infantry. And they have amazing stats. The only thing they don't have is the fact that they're slow. So they don't really have speed, but of course, I can always just fast forwards to the battle. So inside of the engagement, they are going to tear everything apart. And these guys also look amazing, but then again, I do always enjoy the Chaos Spawn models. And these ones are a little bit different. I think they're a bit larger than they normally are. Pretty sure they're larger than your normal Chaos Spawn. So anyway, they're just tearing everything apart. Of course they are, though. These are Chaos Spawn, the Gibberican to be exact, and the no forest penalty is going to make them faster in forest, that way they're not affected by forests, the speed reduction you get from being in a forest. Yeah, large units do not suffer penalties when moving through forest, simply smashing through the undergrowth instead. That is going to be very helpful for if you're ever fighting inside of a tree area, very much unlike what we are fighting in right now. Yeah, this is the middle of a desert, no trees for me to demonstrate with. Up next is the final one for today, and this one is the Gomoth Bone Eaters. They are armored, armor-piercing, anti-large, and of course they cause tear, as well as being of regiments or renown, so they are very powerful. These ones are the Minotaurs with great weapons, as you can see, and these guys are basically going to be able to absolutely tear apart anything and everything they come across. These are very late tier units. These are the most powerful regiments of renown inside of the mod, and these guys are just absolutely perfect in every way, shape, and form. Inside of battle, they get the job done very quickly. Outside of battle, they are able to move around and reinforce. During the battle, they don't really ever seem to take casualties. They can get knocked around, blasted around. Of course, they're small empty targets, so if you're ever going up against nukes, you can bring these guys as well, because nukes are good at killing units that have a large unit count, and not necessarily ones that have a low unit count like this. So these are an all-purpose, excellent, amazing unit that's perfect for decimating anything and everything that you will ever come across. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, go check out my Discord server and Facebook pages, links to both those in the description below. And also go check out this mod as well, link to that as well. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.